What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Real Talk Real Estate with Trevor and Britt.
Hey.
Today we are continuing our series of talking about sellers, and today's big topic is pricing. Let's talk a little bit about our pricing of a home in Metro Detroit.
So pricing is marketing, it's not math. And I know that is contrary to popular belief. People think that it's in the math, and it's not. It's in the marketing, because you have to know what is happening in the market in order to strongly price your home. So let's get into it. Price determines who even sees your house online.
Yes.
One little dollar. I learned that, like, not early on, but in my career, how pricing your house at
$499,999.
right versus pricing it at $500,000. That demographic of who sees it, because if somebody has a search set up for their buyers that is $500,000 or up, or under $500,000, we should say.
Yeah.
They're not going to see it.
Yeah.
If you price it at $500,000, and that person is only a dollar short.
Dollar short. A lot of the times, like especially when agents put clients on drips, that's exactly they'll price it at their top, and then you lose out when it's only $1. So sometimes, at least I don't know about you, but I at least put them a little bit higher so that it at least you can see it, and then there's always opportunity. But today is all about pricing. So again, it's all about marketing your property, and it's not math. It's making sure that you're staying competitive in the market.
Yeah, for sure. And so when you price too high, you leave a lot of room. So fear of leaving money on the table. I know that sellers can get discouraged. Oh, I got to make sure. But if you go too high, a lot of times you will leave more money on the table than you would if you price a little bit lower or a little bit more aggressive to match the market. Yeah. You got to take your emotions out of pricing.
Yeah, I've gone through a couple of scenarios and examples. Even last year, I had a seller consultation, and I told the client, this is what I recommend that we list it at. You'll get multiple offers at this price point and get the number that they ultimately wanted to have. They decided to choose a different realtor and ended up listing it egregiously higher than what they should have, because the market trends were not indicating that house was going to be worth that. They listed it at $500. I said it needed to be listed at $425, and at that $425 price, you would get $450. Well, bingo bango, they ended up getting $450 after it sat on the market for over 175 days.
Oh my God, that's crazy. See, that's why you have to trust us, guys. You have to trust us, because we know what we're doing. We've been in this. Mm-hmm. You might think you know, but you don't. You don't study the MLS every day like we do. You don't. You got to trust that your real estate agent, who you choose, knows what they're doing. Especially when it comes to pricing, because that can derail a whole entire deal. And remember, like, we can always come down.
Yeah, you can always come down. My listing strategy is, okay, we know what our one delta is that we want to get. Let's list it a little bit lower. And in this market, especially with a lot more buyers that are coming into the market of buying, you bring a lower price point, you bring a lot of more serious buyers, and then you get a bidding war. And in that case, you as the seller will net the most amount of money, because you'll be able to pick the best offer that suits whether it be price and terms, or just altogether the best overall offer for you. So,
yeah,
what are your strategies?
I think that what Trevor says is right. 100%. I think that, going in and making sure that you do. I think that I've had a time where I priced high. Being a newer agent, pricing it higher just because the buyer wants it, thinking that, it would match what the buyer wanted, but at the same token, not realizing the strategies you use. And now
Did that backfire on you?
Yes.
Or them?
You had to, you end up having to reduce. So the thing is, I think that going in a little bit lower, like you said, especially
not a ton lower, but
not $50,000.
Yeah, when we talk about like small percentages, lower than what like the market value, or even at like the median value of what that house could be. And if it's a really nice product, it's gonna go. Yeah. The market is going to tell you what your house is worth, ultimately.
100%.
And if you think that your number is different much higher than what we're recommending, we can always list it at that price. There's no question about that. But you should and hopefully are prepared for the house to potentially stay on the market much longer than it should, and or be willing to accept lower than asking price offers or lowball offers ultimately, because the longer the house is on the market, the longer it sits, the more lowball offers you will get.
Yes, 100%. Pricing high doesn't create leverage. It creates reasons for buyers to wait.
And doubt.
Yes, 100%. So in Metro Detroit, buyers are touring less because they can eliminate fast online. So, like we said, online presence is
huge, crucial.
So the people are comparing and contrasting photos of properties that are listed in your price range to others. So if you're pricing high and that house around the corner is the same price and it's been updated and it's been complete, like, they're going to see it. So that means, okay, yep, this buyer's crossing your house off the list because it doesn't compare into what's online. So you're already getting less foot traffic because you've decided to price higher than you should have, and it doesn't match with the photos and the aesthetics. Even the price per square foot, you got to think about all of those things in comparison to when you're pricing your home.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've shown a couple houses recently, and they were literally right next to each other. It's the same cookie cutter style house, and one was really nice and done up, and the other one was both priced at the same price point. And one has been on the market for 100 plus days. The other one was sold or under contract within 4 days. So big indicators, especially when your photos aren't good or the updates aren't good. So you need to take all of these things into consideration when we're going to sell your house.
Yeah, and
pricing is crucial.
Yeah, for sure. And just for reference, in Royal Oak, buyers see 10 similar colonials in a weekend. In Birmingham, buyers expect a certain finish level at certain price points. And in Troy, people shop by schools and subdivisions, and they know the comps. So keep that in mind when you're shopping in Metro Detroit, or when you're getting ready to list in Metro Detroit, what people are looking for and what's happening, so that you know how to price your market on the market accordingly.
Yep. The week one, if your house isn't under contract within that first week, here's your week one strategy. Showing activity is low, you need to price reduce. If you haven't gotten at least one offer, right? That's the go-to, right? At least one offer, that you should price reduce. Repeat showings, you want repeat showings. If you don't have repeat showings, you need to price reduce. So because those first questions are, and I've even been getting it like this week on a listing, like it's probably overpriced. It's definitely overpriced, but not from my recommendation. But agents, especially this time of the year, early February, and if something's not selling, people are texting you, hey, how's the activity? What's the action on it? Mm-hmm. Do you have any offers? Not that you don't get those text messages on the first week, but normally when you get text messages like that on the third week, it's that they have somebody that's interested, but they're going to put in a lower than asking price offer.
So here are the healthy indicators for your week one showings. You have consistent showings. Consistent showings mean green light. That means that you are pricing it accordingly. Your showing activity starts almost immediately. Sometimes if we list it coming soon, you're already getting inquiries about when it's actually going to come live. Repeat showings are a good indicator that it's priced right and you're probably going to get an offer. And also questions from buyers and agents, like selling disclosures or things of that nature. How old is the roof? Things of that kind of inquisitiveness from the buyer's agents means that you priced it right. So keep that in mind when you're going to price your house. What activity shows good, healthy strategies in your first week? Remember, this is only the first week.
First week. Yeah. First week is so crucial to getting your house sold.
All right, what are buyers doing right now in Metro Detroit? Let's talk about what they're doing.
They're getting pre-approved. They're getting ready to get out and about because they're getting ready for buying in the spring market. And they're looking and being attentive to what's in the market and what they know exactly what they're looking for. And when they miss out on that first one or two listings that they put offers in on, they'll be ready to go for the next one or even the third one that they put an offer in on.
And so they're out there, they are comparing really fast and touring a lot less. The internet is changing the game. Obviously, we all know that. So they are comparing on the internet before they even step foot into your house.
Everything is about a digital footprint.
Yeah, they're judging value by condition, by photos, by what the payment is going to be, by what the taxes are going to be. So all those indicators are what buyers are doing right now. They're looking at all that before they even step foot and before they decide to come to your house. So you want to have all those pricing strategies 100% right, because if the taxes are too high and the price doesn't reflect, all those things matter. So you got to make sure that you know those things. And they're more sensitive to work needed because contractors are expensive right now. You already know inflation is high as shit. So things cost a lot more money. People are just busy all around. People are busy. I know it's the wintertime here in Metro Detroit, but people are just busy. So when work needs to be done, that kind of deters people from coming into the home. And then move-in ready homes have premium. That's premium. Like
Yeah.
I had my particular listing needed a lot of work.
Yep.
People wanted. They said the number one thing that I heard time after time. I don't have time to do renovations. I heard it over and over again.
Yep.
I don't have time. I don't have time. I don't have time. So know that. A simple quick fix, if you check back in our other videos about how to get your house ready for a listing or what things you need to do, quick fixes can help you change that mindset of need work and moving ready.
Yes. We have a listing right now that needs work, and people have when you do an open house and there needs a lot of work, the people instantaneously say, well, this is a total gut job, or I don't want to do the trade-off of doing all this work and work for free with no return on your valuation or your investment. People want turnkey. That's what ultimately they want. Good school districts, turnkey, and cheap monthly payment. So desirable, well done up homes will sell quickly and get you most amount of money.
So here's your pricing strategy: price to win, price to drive your showings, and price to create competition. That is what you want, and that is the strategy we're going to leave you with. If you want a custom strategy, comment below strategy, and we'll be sure to send you that over. Make sure you send us your email with that comment, and we will send that strategy right over to you. We'll be happy to help.
We look forward to working with you. See you next week.